Over 50 years of English cricket. 50 years of triumph, heartbreak, and undeniable genius. From the gritty battles of the 70s to the modern era of athleticism and aggression. But what if you had to pick just 11 players? One team to represent the very best of England from 1970 to today. It's a near impossible task, filled with brutal omissions and heated debates. Today, we're taking on that challenge. This isn't just about statistics, it's about impact, match-winning ability, and the players you'd want by your side when the pressure is on. This is England's greatest Test 11 from 1970 to present. Let's get into it. Starting off the challenge of picking our openers. There were many options, but the top three contenders were Cook, Geoffrey Boycott and Graham Gooch. We have decided to go with the left-right combination of Cook and Boycott, while Gooch would be in substitutes. But you can't be wrong if someone picks Gooch instead of any of the other two. It was a close call. But in our previous iteration of the same activity on a different cricket platforms, most people were convinced with this combination that Cook and Boycott should open while Gooch remains in substitutes. At number 3, the epitome of elegance. Watching David Gower bat was pure theatre. With an effortless, languid style, he made the most difficult art in sport look beautifully simple. His 8,231 Test runs were scored with a grace that few have ever matched, a silken touch of genius in the middle order. Likes of Dennis Lillee and other greats have always praised Gower's match-winning abilities if he is in full swing. Every great who saw him bat refers him among one of the most elegant batter of all times. With his style, the difference between an exquisite stroke and a nick was little more than an inch. Gower always seemed to play the same, beautifully, until the moment he made a mistake. Sometimes the mistake was put off long enough for him to play an innings of unforgettable brilliance. At number 4, we have the greatest English batter of current times. Joe Root would go down in the history as one of the all-time greats. The master craftsman. With a bat in his hands, Root is an artist painting strokes across the green canvas of the cricket field. As England's second highest run scorer, his consistency and ability to score at a brisk pace have been the engine of the modern Test side. A member of the elite 10,000 run club, his place among the greats is secure. A brilliant run machine in all regards. At number 5, we have swashbuckler Kevin Pietersen. A supremely talented match winner who used to take down bowlers for fun. The game changer. KP was a force of nature, a batsman who ripped up the coaching manual and rewrote it with audacious flair. His ability to dominate any bowling attack, exemplified by his match-winning 158 to seal the 2005 Ashes, made him the most feared English batsman of his generation. His presence guarantees that this team would never be on the back foot for long. On his day he could tear apart a bowling lineup full of superstars like McGrath, Shane Warne and Brett Lee. Even the champion team like Australia at their very best in mid-2000 used to fear KP. For him opposition, ground, match conditions, etc. didn't matter if he was in his mood. If not involved in controversies, KP would have achieved far greater and would have even more records to his name. At 6, we have greatest English all-rounder Ian Botham. The Colossus. A position of incredible strength for England, but at 6, beefy is the choice. The likes of Ben Stokes and Andrew Flintoff are green contenders who miss out slightly, a testament to the nation's extraordinary all-rounder depth. Yet Botham remains the talisman. He was a phenomenon, a larger-than-life character whose performances dragged England to victory time and again. His heroics in the 1981 Botham's Ashes are etched into sporting folklore. With 383 Test wickets and 5,200 runs, he is the definitive all-rounder who could change a game in a single session. At number 7, our wicket-keeper is the champion Alan Knott. The ultimate gloveman. Alan Knott was an acrobat behind the stumps, his athleticism and concentration legendary. He redefined the art of wicket-keeping with his unconventional style and unwavering reliability. More than just a keeper, he was a stubborn, eccentric, and highly effective lower-order batsman, making him the complete package for this side. Back then, keepers had to rely almost entirely on instinct. There were no slow-motion replays, no biomechanics labs, and certainly no data analytics to fine-tune technique. It was just raw skill, honed through repetition and experience. The equipment was heavier and less forgiving. Gloves were bulky, offering minimal flexibility. Pads were stiff, and helmets, if worn at all, were basic. Every dive, every catch, came with a risk of injury. Pitches were unpredictable. Uneven bounce and worn-out surfaces meant the ball could behave erratically. Keepers had to stay low, alert, and ready for anything, especially when standing up to spinners on dusty tracks. Communication was harder too. Without stump mics or earpieces, coordination with bowlers and fielders relied on sharp eyes and sharper instincts. Now we are going to select our bowlers. A tough job indeed. At number 8 we have a bowler who was nicknamed as Deadly. The most difficult bowler to tackle on wet tracks, Derek Underwood. Underwood's wizardry brought England one of the most dramatic wins in the history of tests when, racing the clock against Australia at the Oval in 1968, he finished with 7 off 50. That clinched a 226-run win which squared the series, despite a lunchtime cloudburst that flooded the ground, swallowing all but 75 minutes of the last 4 hours. In similar circumstances at Hastings in 1973, Underwood demolished Sussex by taking 8 for 9 after a barefooted Kent team helped the fire brigade mop up another flooded ground. At number 9. We are going to pick second spinner for our side. Graham Swann. The attacking maestro of spin. Swann bowled with the aggression and mindset of a fast bowler. He gave the ball a ferocious rip, getting it to drift, dip, and turn sharply, tormenting batsmen worldwide. With 255 wickets in just 60 tests, his impact was meteoric, playing a pivotal role in England's ascent to world number 1 during his playing days. At number 10, Bob Willis, the relentless warrior. He wasn't the fastest. He wasn't the flashiest. But Bob Willis was pure grit wrapped in a 6'6" frame. Born in Sunderland, England, Willis charged in with flailing arms and a 30-yard run-up that felt like a declaration of war. After double knee surgeries at just 26, most would have retired. He didn't. He ran 5 miles a day just to stay in the game. And he bowled through pain for 9 more years. His moment? Headingley, 1981. Australia were cruising. England were done. Then came Willis. 8 wickets. 43 runs. One of the greatest Ashes spells ever. That wasn't just bowling, it was defiance. He finished with 325 test wickets, captained England, and later became the game's most acerbic voice in the commentary box. But behind the sarcasm was a man who gave everything to cricket, body, soul, and knees. At number 11 it's an obvious choice. Modern great James Anderson. He walks in last. Batting at number 11. But make no mistake, he's the first name on the team sheet. James Anderson isn't here to pad up. He's here to tear through. He is a record holder his wickets tally with unbelievable longevity. More than 700 wickets. The most by any fast bowler in history. While others chase centuries, he chases edges. While the spotlight shines on top-order flair, he thrives in the shadows, crafting spells that change matches. Number 11 with the bat. Number 1 with the ball. James Anderson, the master bowler who leads the charge. Anderson will go down in history among one of the greats who troubled top batters with his mastery of swing. So here you have it. Our final 11 including the substitutes. From Boycott's grit to Peterson's flair, from Underwood's guile to Anderson's relentless swing, this is not just a team, it's a timeline. 11 legends who shaped English cricket across generations. Each one a chapter in the story of resilience, reinvention, and rivalry. And if the game demanded more, the bench is stacked. Gooch's power. Broad's fire. Flintoff's charisma. Stokes' chaos. This 11 isn't just the best of England. It's the soul of English Test cricket from 1970 to 2025. Debate it. Celebrate it. But above all, remember it. But the point is, do you agree with our list? What is your 11? Post your 11 in the comments. Visit our channel for more cricket content.